Hi everyone, I'm Frank from the City of Games, and today I'm going to be playing the Isle of Cats standard mode whilst using the Boat Pack and Kitten and Beast expansions. This is going to be using the Kittens module, the Beast module, and the Event module, and I'm also going to be using two new different boats. So if you've not seen the rules, please check out the How to Play video if you'd like to see that first. There is one just for the expansion rules, and please keep in mind all of the expansion components, so the boats, the events, the kittens, the beasts, and so on, are all prototype components and do not reflect the quality that you'll have in the final expansions when they arrive with you. Also, I highly recommend the first time you're playing that you don't combine all of the modules together because it adds a lot of complexity. I was going to do individual playthroughs, but I thought most of you wouldn't want to sit down and watch many different games just with one module at a time, so I'm showing you it all together, but it does add a lot of complexity. If you just use the kitten module or just the beast module or just the events or just the new boats, then it's going to be a little bit simpler for your first games. So with all that said, let's get started. You'll notice we've got the purple player and the green player. I've added the cat meeples to their boats just to help you understand when I talk about the green player and the purple player which ones I'm referring to. And everything's set up. We've got our 5 events, so in the first round we're going to have 1 less cat per player on the left side, so we're only going to have 2 cats because the other side is going to be beasts. In the second day we're going to get some royal rats. Each player is going to get a royal rat. The third day, we're going to get 2 points for each room that we filled on our boat. On the fourth day, we're going to get 2 points for each rare treasure on our boat. And in the last day, we're going to get some boots or a basket, depending on our choices, which is going to be quite feisty, I expect, because depending on the current situations, depending on what kittens are available, those extra boots could be really important, but equally, so could that basket. So we'll see what comes. We're going to move this across, and we are just going to get set up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put out some kittens, and we are going to get 4 kittens out on the kitten board. We have got a purple, a blue, and 2 reds. Okay, we are then going to take 2 cats and put them on the left hand side, and we'll see what comes out. We have got 2 blue cats, so that's it. The entirety of the first round, 2 blue cats and some kittens, and then we're going to get our beasts on the right hand side. So we're going to have 1 beast, we're going to have 2 beasts, and we're going to get 2 more coming out over here. We've got 3 and 4. Okay, so we are set up. Those are going to be the beasts that we're going to have for this playthrough, and we are good to go. Let's give our players some fish, and then we'll move on to the card draft and see who's coming up. Of course, purple is the fan favorite because purple is the best color, but you're welcome to let me know who you think is going to win before you've seen the end results. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's deal out our 7 cards for our first round. So we are going to go with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's just double check that I did do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's double check over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It always gets a bit confusing if I give someone the wrong amount of cards. And let's have a look at what our options are going to be. A nice mix of cards. So we've got a basket. Boots could be useful if we want to go for kittens, and Oshaks. 9 points, you've got exactly 5 orange cats. All players get 5 points per treasure map, which is a public lesson. 9 points, you've got exactly 5 red cats. So I'm looking at all of the beasts, and 3 of them have got red cats on them. 3 of them have got blue. There's a good mix. So we've got a good mix of colours. So I feel like going for red could be a nice safe bet. I quite like the idea of trying to get 5 red cats on a beast because that's going to give us the friendship for the beast and the family and the points. We also want to be looking at the idea of trying to fill some rooms early on, and looking at my boat, I can see I've got red over here, I've got purple here, I've got blue here, which could work really nicely with this beast. So that feels like it could be good. I also want to take a basket because it would be really good to get that extra basket and make sure that we can get a few things this round. So we're going to pass those cards up. Let's look at the purple player, and they have got, okay, so they've got a number of treasures, but there are no rare treasures out yet. They've got 1 fish for each common treasure, so that could play out well. Score your 3rd largest family is always a good favourite. Some extra baskets, 2 points per rare treasure and some rare treasures, but there's none out. Even though that combos well with that, I don't feel like we want to go for those yet. So I think that we're going to take the score your 3rd largest family, and then I think we're just going to take a cheaper basket. This round, I'm not so worried about being first because I think we're going to take a beast and then I'm not too fussed about what else we get. So that feels like a good decision. Coming down to this player here, they are looking and they're thinking, well, we've got a basket, we've got some fish. We're probably not going to get much common treasure for a bit, but I really like the idea of comboing up these rare treasures. We've got 2 points per rare treasure over here. If we can get a rare treasure out and an extra 2 points per rare treasure from this could work really nicely for us. That means that rare treasure is going to be worth 3 points for the normal, 2 for this, which is 5, and then potentially 7 points per rare treasure. So that feels really valuable. It would be nice to be able to take both of them, but I kind of feel at this point that might be just a little bit too greedy. Maybe they will come back. Let's go over to the purple player and they're having a look and thinking, what shall we go for? So interesting, 5 points per treasure map. So this is a public lesson and this is really interesting because on this boat you'll notice there's 2 treasure maps in the deck, which means there's more rooms that don't have treasure maps. So actually this works really well for purple because they then have the advantage that they can not cover these 2 treasure maps, and as long as they can still cover the rats around them, which is a little bit fiddly, it does give them that keen way of filling more rooms while still benefiting from this card, so that could be really good. Likewise, they do want to get, like, the Oshaks is really helpful, but maybe right now it's not important. Boots could be helpful, but maybe not. We don't really care about rare treasures, so I kind of feel like the 9 points for 5 orange could be another nice lesson to have. That means that as long as we get one of the 3 beasts that have orange on it, which is going to be fairly easy to do because we're going to get one of them, we've got a good direction to go with that. So those work really nicely. And I think that we're going to be good. So the other 3 cards are going to be left over for this player. They are looking at them and they are thinking, what's going to be good? I mean, 2 fish for rare treasures could be helpful, but at the same time, we don't have them, but we want to have them. So maybe that's going to be a good option. Let's go for the Oshaks. Let's pass over the boots, although the boots could be really powerful later. Oh, I feel like they're powerful later. Let's charge this over because this is more of a waste card for the other player, whilst we don't want them to have the boots. We really want to make sure that we can be first player to guarantee the kittens. Okay. So over here, we've got 1 fish per common treasure, we've got a basket, we've got a 2 treasures card, and that could work quite nicely for us. So maybe we're going to take the common treasures and the fish for treasures, then pass over the basket. This one's going to come over to this player, and we are done. So what are we going to keep? We've obviously got our 20 fish, and we've got 2 lessons that we do want to keep. We've got the lesson combo with the rare we want to keep, so that's going to be 6. The Oshak seems logical, which would be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is far too much at this point because we do want to make sure we can get one of those beasts and we are keen to try and fill some rooms early on. So maybe the Oshaks isn't so necessary right now. I feel like the Oshaks is possibly too expensive for us right now. Even this one too, but those boots are going to be really helpful later on. I mean, 7 boots is a powerful amount to kind of guarantee that you get kittens. So what's this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is okay. I think we can afford to spend 12. This is going to give us free change. That's going to leave us with 8, which possibly is going to be enough to kind of make sure that we can get 2 things this round. Hopefully a beast, and maybe some kittens, but also one of those blue cats could work out well. I'm going to try my best to make sure that everything stays on the screen as much as possible, so I'm going to put those over to that side. I'm going to put these treasures down at the bottom, and then we're just going to put these basket cards down here as well. Purple is now going to decide what they want to keep, and obviously they've also got 20 fish. I think that they do want to keep all of the lesson cards. Now the question is, do they want to get the fish for the treasures? And at the moment, without the treasures, it feels like these 2 cards are big costs. I mean, they could really pay off later on, but right now, I feel like it's just a bad decision to keep them. Everything else, though, I think is looking good, so we're going to go for score your 3rd largest family twice. This works really well with beasts when you're trying to guarantee that you get at least 3 families. 9 points for 5 orange means we just need to make sure we get something with an orange. Then we're obviously going to get our basket, which is going to be really helpful. So what are we spending? We're spending 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total, which means we're going to be getting this one back. Just to double check, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is fantastic. We're going to put the treasure up here so you guys can see it. And then we've got the public lesson, which we are going to play in the first round. And this is really going to benefit us because we've kind of got these two here, whilst the other players only got one in the deck, which is going to give us something more powerful to go for. Just so you guys can kind of see it and kind of keep it in mind, I'm going to put it on here, just on the side. Of course, normally you would just put them around the table, but I want to just make sure that you guys can see where that is and it's nice and clear for you. So that is that done. We're moving on to reading lessons, which we have done. We're going to move on to rescuing cats. So our purple player randomly was first. They've got 11 fish, which means they are going to play their basket card, which means they're going to have 2 baskets. Our green player has got 8 fish, which means they only want to play 1 basket. At this point, they're not too worried about being fastest. I don't think that's so critical. So they're just going to play 1 and keep the other ones for later. And we'll put these ones down here. So everyone's going to reveal. They've got 1 boot each. Turn order remains the same. Purple's going to go first. They are going to take a beast. I want to show you guys how the beasts work. So we're going to use a basket. We're going to spend 5 fish and take 1 of them. And the question is, which one do we want? So we're working towards orange. So that kind of rules out this one. We also have the red and the blue over here. We're probably not going to cover purple and green. So if we can take, say, this one here, I think works really well, because this would give us the ability to say, let's have something like this would be red up here, blue coming round, and then orange going across, and maybe we can then skip past those 2. Maybe we can like loop it. I mean, this is asking a lot of 5 orange cats, but we'll see what comes out. I feel like something like that could be nice. Maybe we go 1 higher, but then we've got 3 squares in the middle, so 1 lower does seem particularly powerful, and I'm quite keen to kind of keep it that way. So that's them done. Over to green. They're going to play their basket. We're also going to take a beast again, just to make sure we see how they work. And I think that we were saying that actually this one feels like it works quite nicely for us. If we put this like this, we've got purple, we've got blue, and then we've got red, and we are working for 5 reds, and the reds could come round. So the question is, where do we put it? We could put it somewhere like there. It's not going to give us much room for purple or blue, but it does give us the opportunity, and then red has a lot of room. We could also put it here. That then means we're limited with purple, but if we get that 1 purple through maybe a kitten, that could work nicely. Blue's already really close, and we do really want to work towards filling rooms early on. Now, it does leave us with a square, but I'm aware next round we are going to get a royal rat, so we could just opt to put a -3 there and leave it for the game, but it's obviously going to counter this room, potentially help us get those 2 points earlier on. So in that way, it's only going to be -1 anyway, and it's counted by the room. So I feel like that, even though it's strange, could be a good place for it. Okay, so back over to our purple player, and our purple player has got the ability to take kittens. They could take another beast, but I think, in all honesty, I don't think I've got the mental capacity to do 2 beasts on 1 boat whilst doing all of this. So we're going to have a look at big cats or kittens. Now, what are we going to take? We could take 2 red kittens. That would just get the red started and really off the way. But we also could take a blue cat, which would really help fill a lot of the space. And these are all really great for filling space, but we could take a red, and we also could take a blue kitten. So what have we got? I mean, this is going to fill 5 squares. This would fill 5 squares as well. So it's equal, but this is going to cost 5 fish. This is going to cost 3 fish. So do we want 2 cats for an extra 2 fish, even though the same amount of space gets filled? And that's a difficult question to answer, but I think the answer is yes. I think at this point, taking 2 kittens, putting 1 here to get this friendship started, putting 1 over here to get this friendship started, maybe let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. It's going to be good, because then blue can come out here, red can come up, and then orange is going to zigzag across, as we said. So we're going to spend 5 fish. We're going to flip over our basket. We've taken the kittens, so now they're going to get refilled straight away, as they don't work like cats. They just obviously Phil, once you finish that turn, 3 reds have come out. That is really powerful for next turn for both players. We need 5 red cats. We need lots of red cats. 3 red kittens there is going to be really powerful next turn. Back over to our green player. They're thinking, well, blue's great for me. I do need blue. So what should we go for? Which of these is going to be the right shape? It feels like this is possibly going to be the best shape. They're going to spend 3 of their fish. They're going to flip over their basket. They're going to put this one in here like so, and it's going to give them a common treasure. Now, we really want to fill as many rooms as possible by next round. So the question is, let's just take a big common treasure. I think we're just going to take a big one and stick it in here like this. This may not be optimal. It may not be great. But equally, I feel like that could end up being helpful. Blue's still got lots of room to continue growing, so I'm totally happy with that. That does fill up that room. That brings us to the end of the rescuing phase. We're on to rare finds. So now purple, do you want to take common treasures? Do you want to take rare treasures? There are no rare treasures. Could take 2 common treasures. Right now, we don't need it. Next round is probably going to be more important. Green player, same decision, same mindset, same person. Madness. So I think that's going to bring us up to the end of the round. I made myself chuckle with that one. I shouldn't laugh so much. Okay, so we're moving on to the next round, which means that we're going to get a royal rat. The 2 beasts we did not rescue are going to disappear. Well, the cat we did not rescue is going to disappear. I'm continuing to laugh. I made myself chuckle too much there. And we are going to get our 2 royal rats. So we'll do the purple player first, because the purple player is first in turn order. So they get to choose where they're going to put this. Once they've placed it, they could remove it for 1 fish later on, should they wish, as long as it's next to a cat. Or they could use it now to help try and fill up some spaces. It's interesting, because part of me feels like maybe we put it here, cover up that rat. It's an extra -2, but it's just going to help us fill this space a little bit easier. This could be quite hard to do. We do have the ability to get rid of it later, should we have the opportunity to take a common treasure. So that feels like a good space. With our green player, we pre-decided we were going to put this one over here. So I'm more than happy to have that there and fill up that space, and it's just going to live there till the end of the game. So that is that done. We're now going to get our fish. Each player is going to get the 20 fish, and then we're going to put out the cats. So the negative cat event is gone. That was only for that first day. So we are going to go back to having lots of cats in each side. But I think this round, it's all going to be about those kittens. Everyone wants those kittens, because those red kittens, that's it. And once they're gone, that's it. There's only 4 of each color. We've already seen all 4 of them. And there comes the first rare treasure. This is going to start getting interesting. So we've got purple, red, and blue here. We've got orange, red, and blue there. So red and blue are going to be heavily contested. We're going to see that purple and orange, less so. A lot of greens come out. The one color that neither player is going for happens to be the one we've just seen a lot come out, but there is enough purple there. Interesting. Okay. So the main colour we've got is the colour that neither of our players are going for. We do want 5 oranges, so that orange is going to be valuable, but the kittens are even more valuable now, because we are going to be fighting for them, because we don't really want the greens. Neither player wants the greens. The 2 purples could be good for down here, the red could be good for either, the orange could be good from up there, but the 3 kittens, I think that's where the fight's going to come in. Okay, let's see what we're going to do. Let's see how it's going to end up. We're going to do 7 cards. So we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That was lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to go up there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a look to see what we've got. Okay, so a lot of treasure cards. Interesting. So that 1 rare treasure's come out, which we definitely want. We definitely want to take that rare treasure, because that's really going to help with our strategy. There's an Oshax card. There are some basket cards. Okay, so we've got a good number of basket options here, and then we've got a rare treasure and a common treasure. We're not too worried about the common treasure. The Oshax could be really useful. We know that we're not going to get much great stuff here. We've also, though, we have got the boot power. If we were to take this, that would give us the option to have 10 boots. So maybe we're going to do that. Maybe we're going to go for the boots and the rare treasure. We're doubling down. If we can get 1 more rare treasure next game as well, or next day as well, then that's really going to help us with an extra 4 points. That would be 14 points just off the bat for those. So Got to remember, end of this day, we're going to be scoring 2 points at the start of next day. So that's something we're going to be working towards for the rooms as well. Something that's very, very much, I think that our green player is really heavily working towards these. Our purple player is working more towards their own cards and just kind of having fun. They're not overthinking it too much. They don't want to cover their treasure maps though. Pick a colour. All players 3 points per lonely cat of the chosen colour on their bow. Interesting. Right now with the beasts, we're not really working towards those lonely cats. However, there is a lot of green cats, and maybe just taking those green cats now is going to be worth 3 points for us. So that could be quite useful as well. And also we could use that to encourage the other player to start taking greens. And then we've just got a handful of baskets. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what have we got? We've got half baskets and one, half baskets and nothing, half baskets and every type of basket card in the game right now available to us. We don't have anything though. We know the other players kept some cards. So we saw that 4 boot card last round. We don't really have boots. So I think that we want to go for the cheaper option. And maybe we're going to go for the 2. But I also think that that public lesson could play out quite well for us, because it could help us just change up the game slightly at this point. And we're already pushing towards that. Okay, so what else have we got here for our green pair? So they're looking at all of these baskets and thinking, oh my goodness, we've got a lot of speed already. So maybe I take the 3 half and the 2 half, and then that gives us another 3. So that could be quite good too, passing these over, having a look. We are looking at more half baskets, a lot of half baskets this round. We've got 1 basket, 2 baskets, so another basket could be really powerful for us. The common treasures, not so much. We've also got a treasure card. The Oshaks, though, could be good because, again, we're really not getting the colours that we want this round. So I'm tempted to take the Oshaks in a half basket. That feels like it could be quite powerful. Passing those down, this player's going to look at them. The common treasures, we do want to fill these rooms this round, so I think having the ability to fill 6 squares with common treasures could be useful. Then we're going to take the more expensive half basket. We might not keep it, but it's going to stop the other player from taking it. They're going to have a look, and they're looking and they're thinking, well, again, they've got 3 for the 1 and 3, or 2 for the 1 and 2. They're going to take the 1 and 2, pass this one down, pass this one up, and this is a really basket heavy round. Wow, look at this. It's all baskets and treasures for us over here. So we definitely want to keep this, and we do want to keep this. So that's going to be 3. The question then becomes, which of these do we keep? This one's 0, so we'll just put this one out the way because we know we're going to be keeping that. So in total, we'd be looking at 2, 3, 6, 8, 10, 13. Do we want to pay 13? Then guarantee we've got all the baskets we need moving forward. This would give us 1, this would give us 2, 3, 4 baskets. Maybe we don't keep one of these ones. Maybe we don't keep one of those. That then leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baskets, which is going to keep us going for the next 2 rounds for at least, which will be really good. It gives us huge amounts of speed. We can manipulate the market then and be kitten keeper. I think that sounds good. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to spend 11. We are going to get 4 change. And I'm feeling that green is putting up a powerful lead right now. Green is not the favourite by any means. Purple is the favourite. But I feel like green is really, really starting to push. They have got some powerful stuff. Maybe not so much on the lesson cards, but they do have a plan that combos up so nicely with these 2 events, whilst purple just seems to have forgotten all about them. Although Purple's got their own dastardly schemes with the treasure map bonuses and with everything else going on. They've got some interesting decisions to make. So let's have a look. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fish if we want to keep all of them. So we do want to take this and we do want to put it as green. That's going to be an interesting choice. Let's look at our baskets. So if we take all of these, that would be 2, 3 baskets. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. I think we're taking it all. I think we're playing the 12 and I think we're going to get free change. Again, I think both players are concerned because in that first round we didn't get too many baskets, and we just want to make sure that we've got a bit of safety in there. There's still plenty of game left. So let's just put these up here. For the minute, I'm just going to put the Oshaks up here. We're going to play the public lesson. And again, I will put it over here just so you guys can see it. Keep an eye on it. And we are going to pick a colour. All players get 3 points per lonely cat of the chosen colour on their boat. And we are going to be tricky and devious, and we're going to put that as green. We want to try and encourage the other player to take greens, but equally, if we get greens, that's okay. If you consider 3 cats in a family is 8 points, so 3 lonely cats being 9 points is better than a family, and when we're trying to get up here, fill this, and we only have 5 orange cats, that could give us the opportunity to just put some greens in. Touch here, touch there, decorate the boat, get those points. So what else have we got? We've got a whole bunch of baskets. So how much have we got left? We've got 9 fish. So we're now going to move on to the rescue phase. We've played our lesson cards and we're going to choose what we want to play. I think we just want to play 1 basket. And right now we want to probably go for the least boots possible because we're not going to get the boots. We're only going to have 2. We know that we're probably not going to win that. So we'll keep these ones up here for later on. And we're just going to play 1 card with 1 boot. The green player now gets to make a decision. They know that they're probably going to beat that card, even if it's 4 boots. So what have they got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're possibly only going to get 2 as well. So that is a challenge and they've got to make a decision. They probably only want to play 1 thing. So maybe after all, it's not going to be so great. But if they play a basket with 3 boots, that is going to give them a slight up, hopefully, unless that card is just a 4 boot card. And realistically, given they've got 9 fish and we know they've kept a handful of cards, it would feel unlikely that it would only be playing 4 boots because why wouldn't they play another basket alongside it? The kitten module really helps you start to kind of figure out what other players are doing and thinking about it a little bit more. So we're going to reveal our cards and then the green is going to be the fastest player. So we are going to switch over our orders very quickly, putting green up onto the top. Green is going to get to go first. Oh my goodness, we've not really thought this far ahead. So we want to fill rooms. Like, we have to fill rooms. We're going to get some common treasures. We have to fill some rooms. We want to take red and purple. And I think that honestly, the best thing we can do right now, which feels a bit strange, but equally is possibly the right option, is let's play this card. Let's spend 5. Let's take this purple kitten here and let's put this one over here. That's going to help us fill that corner square, start moving around here. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to take the long red kitten. We're going to put this one over here and we're going to use this to move in this direction. That's going to help us get down to this treasure map. That's going to help us start filling this space with our red, and maybe we can look for a 3rd color moving on. So I feel really good about that. The 2 kittens have been taken, so we're going to put 2 more kittens out and then we're going to move on to the next one. Try not to drop one onto my legs, just bear with me 1 second. Obviously the perfect place to drop a tile. I'll put that one back into the bag. So you can tell that I'm doing this live, can't you? Back over to purple. So they are now going to be rescuing a cat. Which cat are they going to take? Okay, they can't take kittens. So they're going to play their basket and they can take a 5 and a 3. So they do want to fill a room if they can. Blue would be ideal. There is no blue. Orange. It's going to have to be orange. I think that they have to take the orange because that's going to allow them to just connect this one up, get started with the oranges over here and start moving. And that's just going to cost them 3 and they don't want to risk that they don't get that orange cat because everything else is 5 or a green anyway. Back to our green player. So now we've only got 4 fish, which is not ideal because that means we can only take 1 kitten or we can take a green cat. And that's not gone well for us because it feels inefficient to take a green cat because we don't want those green cats anymore. And we want a blue cat down here, but there are none. We want purple cats up here, but there are none. So, and we can't afford the 5 ones, which means that we're probably just going to have to use our basket and just take 1 kitten. I think we're just going to take 1, which seems really, really inefficient, but it's all we can do. We can maybe put this here, which at least that's going to help start filling some of this room. But I don't feel good about that. I really don't. I feel like that is unfortunate, but we just don't have that extra one. And there comes out the blue kitten that we would have wanted. Back to the purple player. The purple player has still got 6 fish. They're thinking, what do I want to take? What is it that we want? We could try and take a red cat, spend the 5 and go up to the top. We don't want purples, but maybe we just go for the green now. We chose to have those 3 points per green. Is there any good way for us to take a green and maybe try and fill one of these rooms slightly? But I don't know. And neither of these green tiles feel that particularly good. They're slightly awkward. They're slightly uncomfortable. They're not quite the shape that you would really want if you were just trying to fill those rooms. But maybe we just try and help fill up a part of another room. I don't know. I think like we could put this green down here, but then it's still going to leave us with this one square. This one's not going to come down here. That one's not going to come down here. They all leave us with that one square, which is not ideal, but that would be the kitten that would then help us solve that problem. So maybe that's going to be the direction we go. Maybe we just take it, we hope that we get it, and then we work from there. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to take this green cat here, and we're going to place this one in here. That's going to help us just fill up this bit of room. It leaves us with one square to cover. It's only going to cost us 3 fish, so we're going to get 2 change, and it's also then going to score us 3 points if we continue to keep that as a lonely cat. We don't want to cover the treasure map because it's going to be 5 points for us, so I think that that works quite well. That brings us to the end of the rescue phase. Everyone has played their baskets, so now we're going to go on to the rare finds, and green's going to come up first, and now is the time that they really want to make sure that they fill as much of this space as possible. And I think the first thing they're going to do is they're going to take the rare treasure. They want to make sure that they do get this onto their boat. They can put it down here. It's not going to be optimal, but it is going to help, and we know we can get a 1x1 with one of our other cards just to help fill that space. So I think that's the right thing to do. I was wondering about up here, but we don't really want to cover that treasure map if we're not going to cover it with a purple cat, because we do want that bonus. So that feels like that's going to help us at least fill that one room. Then we're going to have 2 rooms filled. I don't know if we can fill another room, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look in a second. Over to the purple player. They're up next. They would like to take a rare treasure, but there are none. Do they want to take common treasures? Now, the thing is they're not going to be able to fill any rooms. They have not played in a way that they can fill any rooms with that treasure, so they're probably going to pass it over, but they do have the Oshaks. So the question is, would the Oshaks help them along with 2 common treasures? You could try and take a nice, big, friendly Oshaks and try and fill as much of this space as possible and then see if it's going to work. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think that we're going to take... Oh, no. You see, I was thinking... maybe this one would work. Would this one work? Let's see if this Oshaks is going to work so perfectly here. If we put this in here, we cover that blue treasure map, and we can make this a blue Oshaks. Wow, look at that. Normally, you wouldn't be considering this at this point, but those extra 2 points in a second are going to come through and pay off for us. So now we can put this one in here, and then we can fill that with the other card. So that's worked really nicely. Back over to our other player, we're going to play this, and we're probably just going to take 2 smalls. I don't think it's worth the extra fish at this point to take anything bigger than that. So we could take the 1x1 that is going to fit us up down in this room. And it's really fun to be trying to fill these rooms early on. And then we could probably just take a 2x1 and just try and help fill a little bit over here. It's not going to be great. I mean, oh my goodness, like... we could nearly have filled this room as well, but we would have sacrificed that purple, and I don't think that's a good idea, so I think that's okay. Back over to our purple player. They are also going to play their treasure card now, and they are going to take a corner piece here, and that's going to allow them to at least fill that one room. Blue still has the opportunity, and I think that they're going to take the 2x1 now to be safe, just to fit up that other square. Back over to our other player, and they don't want to play this. They really want to hope another rare treasure comes out, so they're going to pass. Back to purple, they're done and out, so now we're going to end the round. Let's flip these over. Let's discard all of the cats that are on the table, and we will move on to the next phase, which is going to be exciting. So players are going to score points for every room that they have already filled, which at this point is going to be a couple. So we're moving up. We're over to here. So we have filled one room over here thanks to our little rat friend over here, which means that we're just going to take 2 of these and we're going to gain 2 points. We're also then going to come to this player who's filled 2 rooms, so they're going to gain 4 points. So at this point, it's not a huge difference, but what it has done is it's made the players work towards it. They've had to really think about how to achieve this. They've used Oshaks, they've used treasures earlier on, and now they've set their games up for a different experience to if they weren't fighting for those points. Okay, so that's done. Next round is going to be the 2 points per rare treasures, meaning that rare treasures are going to be that little bit more valuable if they come out, and people are going to be wanting them, especially our green player who does have the card that's going to allow them to take them. More and more green cats are coming out. Wow, our players are not after those. They really, really don't want those green cats. And now people are thinking, do we want to switch? Do we want to change? That we've got a blue cat, an orange cat, a blue cat. No rare treasures have come out though. So this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Our player over here was riding on trying to get at least one more, but they're still going to get an extra 2 points. They're still going to get an extra 2 points for the one they've got, which is going to put them 4 points ahead, and every little bit is going to help. So where are we at? Let's get some fish out. Let's see. We are moving to the middle round of the game, and we are already, I don't know, I've got no idea who's going to win. I need to keep track of all of the lesson cards we're working towards. We need our 5 oranges, and at the moment purple is not getting them, but there are a few out. We need our reds. We've got a couple, and more have come out, so we've got a relatively good chance of achieving those. Okay, let's look at some cards. We've got 1, 2, well, let's deal them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 there. Let's just double check. We've got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards over here. Let's check that we've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here. Okay, so interesting. We have got a whole bunch of lessons that have come out and 1 basket that's come out over here. So how is this going to work for us? Because we've got a lot of baskets. We've saved them up earlier and we've got an extra draw card. So 18 points if the bedrooms are empty. Unfortunately, we have started filling them, so that's not going to help. 7 points if you've got at least 5 fish at the end of the game, which at the moment is possible. 3 points per Oshax. We don't have any. 7 points if you've got 1 or more of each colour cat touching the edge of your boat. So actually none of these are particularly great for us, and maybe just drawing the extra cards and going for the basket is going to be the right option. That is really unfortunate. I mean, maybe we could have done something about it, but it just didn't feel like those are going to be the best card choices for us. So again, our green players got 4 half baskets. So they've got a bunch of baskets. Discard some baskets to get some lessons to get some baskets could be okay. 2 fish for rare treasures we don't have. Discard play lessons for a permanent basket. So we've got 2 of those that have come out. 10 points if you've got the largest family. Now we are working towards a family of exactly 5. Now, is 5 going to be the largest or tied largest? Do we think the other player is going to go for 6? That is an interesting one. I think, honestly, that's a really tough decision because we don't know what they're doing. They might be going for a bigger family. They might not. Oh my goodness. 10 points if you've got the largest family. That is a really tough one. And that rare treasure option again. But I feel like I want to go for the baskets. I feel like I want to go for baskets and baskets and baskets up here. Coming back to this player. So we're thinking, are we going to get more rare treasures? Are we going to get them? Because we're getting 5 points per rare treasure. We've got to just push and hope. We're taking a bit of a gambler's approach down here, and it's bad for your health. But I feel like it's an interesting decision. Up here, our other players looking. 18 points to the bedrooms. We have just filled the corner of that bedroom, which is unfortunate. 7 points if you've got at least 5 fish, could be okay. We do have an Oshax. 7 points if you've got 1 or more colour of each touching the edge. So we've got blue. We will have red. We might have orange. So, and we probably could have a green. Or we do have a green. So this would only require us to take a purple. So you know what? I think that if we take those 2, the Oshax and the 1 of each, then if we get that purple, it's going to be an extra 7 points. And that could work really nicely for us too when we're desperate for something to take. Back down to this player. They don't really want too much of this. Unfortunately, none of it's going to be helpful. So we'll take the 2 lesson cards just to make sure the other player doesn't get them. These cards come back over. Again, they're going to take the fish and the permanent basket, but unfortunately none of these cards are particularly helpful for our players at this point. So these 3 cards here, I think they're just going to scrap them straight off, but they are going to keep the others, which is only going to cost them 6, amazingly, but they're going to draw the 2 cards straight away, and they're going to have a look to see what comes out. 10 points if you've got exactly 5 visible rats. Now that could play into our favor because we're not necessarily working too well in that direction, so I think we will keep these both, which is going to be an extra 3 fish where we're going to get 2 change, and that's going to give us a couple more lessons to work towards. So we're now working towards having the largest family. We're working towards having exactly 5 visible rats, lots of rare treasures, and we're working towards having 5 red cats. And I think that this is probably enough now. This is probably us set out. We've got loads of baskets. We are in a really powerful decision. We've got loads of baskets, loads of treasures. We've got goals, we've got goals, we've got goals. And we are working towards all of these things. Green is not in a strong place boat-wise, but has a huge amount available to them. Purple, however, Purple is in an interesting decision. So purple does not want these cards. These ones are all going to get discarded. But what about these 4 up here? Again, the baskets could be good. And these make sense. So I think this is going to be a 6, another 6. Wow, both players spending very, very little this round. Very bad cards came out. But it was the same for both players, and they're both having that same decision point because of it. So we do need to remember these cards and make sure we don't forget them. Our 3rd largest family are Oshaks, 5 orange, and we want 1 of each colour touching the edge. And we've also got a whole bunch of baskets. Over to green. Now we're in a point where we've got a lot of fish. We've got 13 fish, so we might as well aim to take 3 things. What are we going to take though, and what are we going to use? I think that maybe now is a time to go for kittens, because we've got a blue kitten out, we've got a red kitten out. Both of those could be helpful, so I think that we probably want to push. Let's have 6 boots. Let's go for it. Let's go out. Let's go for 3 baskets, because we can get 4 kittens and then we can get another cat, and that's going to help us clear up a little bit of space as well. So I think our green player is going to go 6 boots. Our other player has got 17 fish, so they're thinking that they could probably go for 4. They could go for 4 baskets, which means 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets, playing all of their cards, which I think is what they're going to do, because they also are thinking, well, we could use that green kitten, we could use an orange kitten, we could use a red kitten, we could use a blue. So they're going to play all 6 of their cards. So let's add up and see where the boots are at. We've got 6 boots down here for green. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 boots up here for purple. It is a tie, which means green, just by a smidgen, stays on top, and that has not favoured purple at all, because purple really, really did want to have those kittens. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll see what this plays out like. So we're going to take, put this one just here for now. So we have got the option to take kittens. We've also got the option to take cats, but do we want to refresh the kittens first and see what's going to come out? I think that we probably do. So let's take these 2 kittens. Let's spend 5 fish to cover their cost. Let's put one of these down here. Let's put this blue one over here. And now we have got 3 red cats touching this one, which means that we are now forming our first friendship. So we're going to take one of these and stick it on here to show that a friendship has been formed. And you see, we've got 3 red cats. We only need 5, and we've covered very, very few spaces. We still need a good red cat for this. Maybe that one's going to play off, but that is feeling okay for now. Over to purple. They are going to play out 2 of their cards as well for their basket. They're going to spend some fish, but what are they going to take? I think that they've lucked out a little bit, because we keep talking about our zigzag, and how about that for a zigzag? How about that for a zigzag? That is the perfect cat for our orange. So they're only going to have to spend 3 for that, and I think despite not getting those kittens, which we should have refilled, those are going to work out really, really nicely for purple. So what have we got coming back out over here? We're back to our green player. They're looking... Purple and blue is exactly what we wanted. That's really worked out well for us. The purple it's not the right shape, but it has worked out. So let's spend that basket. Let's spend 5 fish. Let's take these 2. And this is going to be... It's a bit risky with purple. This is a little bit risky. It's going to make this a bit tricky, but it's going to be ideal. Likewise, I don't think we want to put that one there. I think we want to put it there, but that forms that second friendship already, which does mean that our green players' friendships are coming into tuition. We'll refill those kittens, and that has been a very, very powerful turn for green. I do think that green is starting to really pull through now. We're back to purple. Purple is going to have to do some miraculous stuff. Playing the basket, what are they going to take? What other tiles are going to work as nicely as that one did? And I just don't know. That does give the orange touching the edge. So the orange is touching the edge. The blue is touching the edge. The green is touching the edge. We need a red. We also do need to take a purple. There is no purple. So at the moment, I'm feeling like this green could work quite nicely to help us here, which again would keep it lonely, but we also need reds. This is a good red for us because this red could come over here. That is going to cost us 3 fish, so we're going to spend the 3 fish for that red cat. Over to the green player, and they are furious because, again, they've only got 3 fish. They can't afford 2 kittens. They don't want greens. They wanted that red. They planned to take that red over here, and that has not worked in their favor at all. So in fact, they're not in a good place at all because they don't want orange and they don't want green. So what are they going to take? Do we take anything? Is it worth it? I mean, it feels bad to take nothing. It feels bad not to spend them. And it is 3 points for each one we do. Maybe this is the time we start a new family out. Maybe we come over and we start working towards that orange because we've still got half the boat to fill. We've done our blues. We're going to have our purples. The reds can only have 2 more cats. So maybe we do come over. Maybe we start working towards that. And maybe we just switch this up with an out of the blue orange. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to spend 2. We're going to flip over our basket. We're going to take an orange and we're going to put it over here. And we're going to do this. It's just going to give us a little bit of options to connect. It's going to bring us down this way. And again, we've got to remember we've got 5 rats that we don't want to cover. So these 4 and these, we've got to keep some of those visible. So that was an unexpected twist, but I think it's going to work out quite well. And looking at our cards, you know, our lessons, this could be quite good for us as much as it's a bit of a surprise. So back over to the purple player. They've still got plenty to spend. They're spending another basket and they're looking at their options. They've got 5 fish. They can take whatever they want. So arguably, maybe... do we want to do more zigzagging? Do we want to zigzag around a bit more? And the more we zigzag, the more we make it hard to fill the spaces. But we could take this one and we could come across quite a long way. And that brings us all the way across to this orange map. And that feels like that could be quite valuable to us. So I think that we're going to do that. I think we're going to spend the 5 because we do want to guarantee that we get our 5 orange cats. And we're going to put this one out here and we are going to move back over. Again, I'm just going to refill the kitten whilst we're doing this. The green player is done and we are back over to the purple player, and the purple player still got 1 more basket. They can take whatever they want. Do we want to take the blue? And that completes that friendship and that gets blue out of the way. Or do we want to take a cheaper green, which is just going to block off a bit more space, but it's not going to be the end of the world. We don't want to connect it to this though. So that is a problem. We don't want to cover that. We could put the green in here and cover these spaces and that rat. That leaves us with a square here that we could put a treasure into later. And it does cover those 4 and that space. So maybe that's going to be the right option. I think it is. I think we're going to spend those. I think we're going to spend that. We're going to get the 2 change and we're going to then put out the greens. Here. So again, that's going to work towards our lonely cats. It's going to work towards the treasure maps not being covered. And I feel quite happy about that. Just checking back to our goals. We need to have a red touching the edge. We need to have a purple touching the edge. But otherwise we're in a good place. So now we're going to move on to rare finds. And green has got a whole bunch of cards. The rare treasures did not come out. They really were hoping they were going to get them. And right now, They're not in a place where they really need to spend these treasures, so they're going to pass. Purple doesn't have any, so they're going to pass, and we're going to move on to the next round. So with that said, I'm just going to require to move these off, and we're going to take this one out the way. We're going to flip these back over, and we are going to move into that fourth round, which means players are going to get 2 points per rare treasure. We did try hard to get it, but we only ended up with 2, but it's still putting us in a 6 points versus 2 points lead, and green is in quite a good place as a result. We also need to remember, next round, we are going to get that basket or boot, so they're going to help us as well. But we've only got 2 more rounds left, and this is starting to get quite tight. I feel like both players have got a strong strategy, and I feel like both players are in a position where they can pull it off. I think Purple's challenge is going to be filling those rooms, and which rooms are they going to fill? Because you know, this up here is going to be 5 points, so that counters this. This is going to be 5 points. So maybe we don't need to do this, but we've pushed the orange across so nicely to achieve it that maybe it would be wasteful not to do it. So maybe we don't cover that one. Maybe we just go for these rats, but we'll see what comes out. We'll see where we're going to end up. We are going to cover all the rats. I think we're going to aim to fill these rooms at least, but that does mean we need some treasures because we're not getting them from covering the maps. And these 2 spaces are going to be limited by what options are available. Let's see what cards are going to come out. So we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, we've got 5, we've got 6, and we've got 7. Again, just to double check, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put these ones over here for the second. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a quick look to see what's come out here. Okay, so we've got a basket, so lots of baskets and speed, lots and lots of speed here. Wow, that is 13 speed available. 9 points if you've got exactly 5 treasures. This could be an interesting switcheroo, but we've already got 4. And I don't think that we could, with these, there's no way we're only going to go for 5. 10 points if you've got exactly 15 cats on your boat and a permanent basket. I don't think they're right for us right now. So I think that we're going to keep pushing for the fact we want to be the fastest player and we want to have those baskets. We're going to keep pushing that. It's working well for us so far. We're also going to come over to this player and we're going to have a quick look and see what they're going to get. This player is thinking, I want to know what cats are going to be available. So let's put out some cats. I'm so keen to just keep going. I really want to see what's going to happen with this. But right now, it's just, oh my goodness, it is slightly overwhelming because I feel like both players have got such an exciting strategy ahead of them. And looking at the cats that have come out, for the first time, we've got a real mix of colours. And this for purple is interesting because they really want that purple cat. Getting a purple cat out there is going to be good. They also really want treasures. They don't have any. There's a lot of baskets, a lot of speed. Pick a colour. All players get 2 points per cat of the chosen colour touching the edge of their boat. This again could really help push the greens into 5 points each. That could be huge for pushing greens up. And 15 points if the dining room is empty is going to be too late. And the Oshax card. And you know, I think that this could be the 2 cards to take. I think that making those green cats worth more is really going to pay off. We could push those up to 5 each, which is going to be magical. Back to our green player. They're pushing baskets. Their dining room also too late. So what are they going to go for? They want to take that speed out the question. So they want to take these 2. Make sure that they get the boots. Back over to our purple player. 9 points for 5 treasures could be interesting for them. Could be interesting for them because they've only got 3. And if they put a treasure here and a treasure there, that would be 5. We don't have treasure cards. We've got no treasure cards this round. We've not seen any. We're not going to cover any more treasure maps. So 9 is very, very possible. 9 is very, very possible, but we're going to have no baskets this round. Are we going to pay 6 for that permanent basket? That seems like an extortionate amount of place to pay right now, but we don't have any other options. I think that we're going to have to take it just in case, because we've not been focusing on the right things. We're taking lesson cards, but not enough baskets. Back to this player. Again, they want to siphon out that speed. Back to us up here. We are desperate for baskets. We're going to take the 2 baskets. We're going to pass this one over. We're going to get this one, and we're going to see how this resolves through. So we do not want the lesson card, but we do have baskets and baskets and baskets and speed. Look at this. These 2 cards, these are going to guarantee us those baskets. And next round, that means we could take a basket rather than boots. So that could be really powerful for us. Really, really strong. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we keep those, maybe we sacrifice these 2, because that's going to be 6 baskets between now and next round. And this is only going to cost us 6, 7, 8 fish. Wow. We are in a powerful position. I feel like green is really in a strong position now. They've got 5 baskets, 6 baskets if you include this. They've got so much speed as well. And our purple player over here, they've gone really heavy into these lesson cards, but they have not pulled up the cards to take it. The Oshaks could be good. So the permanent basket, are they going to spend 6 fish for a permanent basket for 2 rounds? It's hard. This would be 11, 12, 13 fish, but look how much they've got. And that 13 fish would give them, that might be what they need to do. What about these? The 15 cats, absolutely no way. What about the 5 treasures? Are we going to try and gamble that? Are we going to try and push that? That feels so risky, but if we could achieve that, that would be huge for us. And it's possible. It's really possible, but is it? If we got kittens, it would be so viable. But I don't know if it is. I don't know. But I think that the public lesson is. So this is going to cost us 14. 1, 2, 8, 13, 14 of our beautiful fish. And I think that that permanent lesson is really, permanent basket is really expensive. But we're going to have to do it. We're going to play it. We're going to take out another permanent basket. We're going to put it over here, and we are going to have 2. Everyone's judging them at the table, thinking, what is wrong with you? But it was an important step for us. And we're going to play the 3rd public lesson. I didn't even plan for where to put a 3rd public lesson, so we'll put this one over here just to keep it going. And again, we're going to place it as a green, which means that greens touching the edge that are lonely are now worth 5 points each, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. On to rescuing cats, and our green player is up first, and they have got a lot to do. They need a purple cat. There is a purple cat. They want to be first. And we've also, looking over as our purple player, we've got so much to do, but let's stick with green for the minute. Okay, so we have got how much fish? We have got 13 fish, and that is tough. That is really tough. I think 2 baskets. I really think 2 baskets is the way to go. And I think that if we go for, let's do this. Let's go for this. Let's go for 2 baskets and a 4 boots. That's going to give us 10 speed. Coming over to our purple player, they've only got enough for 2 baskets. So they're only going to play for those 2. And what do they need? They're trying to build 1 red to connect this, 1 blue to connect this. The orange we have connected, so that friendship is formed, and we can put one of these on there as a reminder, so we don't need to keep checking that. And that is looking, at least 1 is done, but they've not filled the rooms. We do need to fill that room, and this room, just to even have that chance of being able to push this through, I think. So they're not going to play any basket cards. That means our green player is going to be first in this last round. We're going to play a basket. I'll get rid of the speed card as well. We'll move these out of the way. Keep this one in, because we know this has been played. And what are we going to take? I mean, oh my goodness, there's a lot we could do right now. We really desperately need a red. We really need a red. We've got to get 2 more reds. If we don't get 2 more reds, but the reds are expensive. And we really, oh my goodness, we need a purple as well. And a purple, this purple could be okay for coming up here, but not great. But what about if we go for kittens? And again, I think the kittens are going to be the way we go, because if we take this purple, we can use this purple just to help fill up that gap. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to form up the friendship, and it is going to complete off that friendship, which means all three of these friendships are now going to be formed. And I don't know, maybe we put it here, maybe we do put it there, we take the common treasure and we use the common treasure to fill that last bit of space. It still builds up the family, it still forms up that friendship, and I think that's good. Then we can also then take the orange kitten, this one can come across here, that will cover that treasure map, that will give us another common treasure, and I think we'll take this one here just to make sure that we're not ending up with too much of a problem there. Maybe we have to go this way, so that's going to be fine. Refill up the kittens. So we've got our 3 friendships formed over here, and it's getting very happy. There's a lot going on over there. We are going to put this out. There are not many kittens left in this bag. A lot of kittens have come out. There are very few things left in this bag, and a lot of green kittens have just come out. So back over to purple. Purple is thinking, what am I going to do? I need 2 oranges. There is an orange, and that orange does fill this space perfectly. So that feels like that has to be done. That has to be done. Let's spend the 3 fish and let's take that orange. We really, really need that orange to come through. That is going to give us 4. We're 1 away. It gives us a treasure. We can use that treasure to fill this space up here. And I think that we are going to hopefully fill this space. We're going to fill this space, and this space, and this space with a lot of things. That's a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. We need a red, we need a blue, and we need a purple. If we can get a red, blue, and purple, and we've got the Oshaks that is going to help us, then maybe we'll be okay, but we're really, really struggling. Okay, back over to green, and green's thinking, I really, really don't know. We've got our purple done. We've got our blue done. We do need 2 reds, and we're going to have to take that red. We're going to have to pay the 5, and we're going to have to take the red because it's too much of a risk. If we don't get this red and we don't get another red, we will be in trouble. Now, we can flip it like this. That will cover the treasure map, and that will allow us just to take a 1 by 1 just to fill in this bit of space. That's going to help. Then we've just got these bits here. We need to have 5 visible rats at the end of the game. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so many. These 2 rooms have been written off already. If we can fill this room, cover some rats, maybe we'll be in a good place. Back to our purple player, and our purple player is thinking, oh my goodness, maybe we take that purple cat. Maybe we don't have a red. We could take a blue. Maybe, but the purple is so important to us. The blue is also important though. The blue is crazy important because it completes the family and it builds the friendship. So I think we have to take the blue. It's too much of a risk not to take the blue because if we don't get a blue, that is so many points that are going to be wasted. Let's take this. Let's put this one over here, and then that is going to form up this friendship. So now we've got 2 of our friendships done as well, and I think that's okay. It's not great. We know we've got another Oshaks, so that Oshaks could be the red or it could be the purple. So as long as we get one of those next round, we shall be okay. Back to our green player. Again, 3 fish in a basket. Oh, it's not great for them. It's really not great. This purple could work quite nicely just to try and help fill up some of this space, extending this family. There's no red. We don't want the greens. We could take an orange. We can only afford 1 kitten, but if we did take one of those, it could cover 2 rats and help us or start filling this room. But equally, I feel like that purple is going to be the one that fills up the most space, and it is affordable. It's going to be worth some extra points because it's going to extend the size of that family. So let's go for that. Let's push this over. And again, it's just going to help us. It's going to cover the rat. It's going to fill 1, 2, 3, 4 squares of rooms. And it leaves us just with 1, which we can fill with a number of different treasures in a moment. So we do have treasures, which is great news. Okay, so we're done. Over to purple, and purple is, they're both passed, so we're onto our rare finds. We're back to green for rare finds. So do we want to go for these treasures now? Like, these are running out and we do need them. So maybe we do. Maybe we play this one now and we take a 1 by 1 and a 2 by 1 and we just start cutting off purple, start cutting off their options, because this is then going to help us fill in this space. This is going to fill in this space up here, and purple knows that they needed these. Purple is not happy. Purple is not in a good place because this is going to make these rooms really, really hard to fill if they don't get any treasures. Do we want to play the Oshaks? We don't want to play the Oshaks yet. We want to wait until we've got to know whether we're going to get the purple or the red from the next round. Back to our green player. They're still hoping for rare treasures. I mean, are they going to come out? They've taken such a gamble with them, and I don't feel like it's going to pay off, but we will see. We are going to move on to the end of the round, and we're moving on. So let's flip everything over. I feel like purple has just unfortunately fallen at this final hurdle. It was looking so strong earlier, but green has just taken this lead, and they're just feeling so powerful. They've had so many boots that have allowed them to continue to take those kittens. They also focused on those events early on that just gave them that slightly domineering early on approach, but purple does have a number of lessons that they've been working towards, which more so than I think our green player has. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, so where are we at? We are taking our next turn, and we get to decide baskets or boots. Our purple player and our green player. The green player is going to get to go first. So they're looking at their cards and they know they've got huge amounts of boots. So they're definitely going to take a basket. Now our purple player is thinking, well, we've got 2 boots and 3 baskets. Is an extra 4 boots going to help? If they've taken a basket, they're confident they've got boots. And as much as we would love to be first, is it actually going to be a viable option? And I just don't know. I don't think it is. I think that they're going to also take a basket just to give them that option this round to get as much as possible. We're going to give our players their 20 fish. And honestly, maybe in some ways they've got too much. Maybe they do have too many baskets. Maybe purple should have gone for those boots. But at this point, purple is kind of said, look, I'm not going to get these kittens. I know it's not going to play off. So I'm just going to go for my strategy. I'm going to play it from the heart, and I am going to push and see what happens. We are going to get a rare treasure. Finally, green has got happy. More green cats are coming out. A purple cat and a blue cat. Exactly what our purple player wanted. As they get a red cat as well, they will be happy, but so far no luck with that red cat. And there's the red cat. Okay, so purple's got a lot of opportunity here. No orange has come out for green, meaning they can't complete this family unless they get an Oshax. They only want one more red cat, so they're not going to be in a powerful position from that side of things. So let's move on to the card draft and see what's going to come out. I'm just going to count these over here. So we've got 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's have a quick double check. We are running out of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over here. And then hopefully we've got 7 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is why we count them. Look at that. It's always worth the double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's have a look to see what we've got here. We've got baskets, and we're not fussed about baskets. We could take 2 things first. That could be useful. Random tile from the bag at this point. Bit risky, but it could get us that orange. All players get 2 points per common treasure. All players get 2 points per lesson card in front of them. Interesting, because we've got 4, 5, 6 common treasures. They've only got 4, so their common treasures is in our favour. Drawing extra cards, though, I think we want to go all in on just trying to find a way to get that orange. So we're going to say, let's take 4 no, that's 4 tiles from the bag. Sorry, I thought that was take an extra tile. We're going to say take 2 cats and to draw 3 extra cards. Then we're going to move these ones on. Purple, on the other hand, what have they got? Have they got the miracle they need? Place your next thing anywhere is not going to help them. 4 boots. If they had taken the other 4 boots, then that would have put them onto 10, and that might have been enough. That is really upsetting. Moving stuff the other side, not great. 7 points if you've got 3 permanent baskets. We've only got 2. Pick a colour. All players get 5 points if they have 3 or more cats of the chosen colour. If we went for green, that could give us another 5 points. That could be interesting. 9 points if you've got exactly 5 green cats. 7 points if you've got exactly 6 lesson cards. Ooh, interesting. So If we took those two, that would give us 6 lesson cards. And if we got 3 green cats, but that's just not going to happen. We're not going to get 3 green cats, a purple cat, and a red cat in this round. What are you talking about, man? That is nuts. But that means both of those fall down. But we're also aware that our other players got 4 lesson cards. So we don't want them to get that, which means that... oh, maybe. I don't know. Where do we go? What do we go for? This is a really difficult choice. I think we take these 2 cards. I think we take the 6 lesson cards, hope something's been passed to us that's good, and take the public lesson. So we'll put those 2 over there. These come back to this player. They are also looking and they're thinking, 5 green cats, I've got none. Permanent baskets, I've got none. Speed, these are not good cards to be getting now. Place your next cat anywhere. It might help us cover a treasure. It might help us moving things to the other side. But the boots, we don't want the other player to be fastest. So let's just take them off them and stop them. We're looking and we are thinking, basket, not going to help. But then the 3 boots. If we had taken the 4 and the 4, that would have been 8. That would have been 10. This would have been 13 boots. And that might have been enough. Players get 2 points per common treasures. All players get points per lesson cards. But if we take that, that's going to give us an extra lesson card. So that could work out well for us. So maybe we're going to take all of these public lessons. We're going to keep pushing down that path. We're going to pass these over. They're going to take the 2 baskets. This one's going to come over. We're going to look at these and we're going to see, okay, this is interesting. This is really interesting. If we take these, we have gone for 6 lesson cards this round. Oh my goodness, this is madness, but they may well combo up and give us those extra points we need. What are we looking at? We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets and 20 fish. So is another basket going to help us? Maybe not. Do we want this stuff? I don't think we do. I think we're just going all in with what we've got. We can draw some extra cards. We are only going to keep 1 card in this last round. My goodness. This is getting exciting because honestly, I don't know how this is going to play out. Green feels like they're in the lead, but I really don't know if it's going to play out like that. 10 points if you've got no visible rats doesn't counter. Do we want to draw 3 more cards? I think we do. I think we want to spend that extra fish. I think we want to keep burning through this deck, searching for something, more treasures, more baskets. More treasures could help us fill some spaces. Let's spend that 1 more fish and we are done. Purple does not want this, but or does they? Do they? This is interesting. Take 4 more tiles, because if we can get that purple and a red, maybe we can. Oh my goodness! But they've got how many? They've got 4 baskets, and there is a red. And there is a purple, and there is 2 green. They've already got good options. Let's have a look at these. Let's see how this is going to play out over here. Okay, so what we're looking at is public versus not public. So there are 3 not public. So 7 points if you've got exactly 6 lesson cards. So if we took 1 other lesson card, the other one's not going to do anything, but it would give us these 7 points. So that's 4 fish for 7 points. Then if we look at these, we have not got the common treasures, but if we look at 2 points per lesson card, this would give us 2 extra lesson cards over the other player. So that's another 4 points. So that's 11 points for 5 fish. And then this one here is 5 points if they've got 3 or more green cats, and the other player's not going to get those, but maybe they would. Maybe we don't want to push them too much because of the kittens, but that could be good for us. That really could be good for us. So maybe we take that too. Maybe we're going to go nuts, absolutely nuts. We're going to spend 6 fish on these. I don't know if we want to take the extra stuff. I don't think we do. I think we're going to spend 6 fish and then we're going to play it down to the baskets. We've got so many public lessons coming out. We are not going to be filling this room over on this side. I do not believe. We've got our 6 lessons. We've got so much stuff going on over here. If only we'd taken 1 more permanent basket earlier. Now over here, we're going to just put these ones here because I think at this point we know what our options are going to be. We're going to put another green out onto this one, which means that Excuse me, all players 5 points if they've got 3 or more of the chosen colour, so green, 2 points per lesson card. This is interesting because now we see that thanks to those cards, the purple has gained a lot of points. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. We're going to move on to the rescue phase. We're all playing all of our cards. So over here we've got 4, 8, 11, 12 boots. So even if we had taken the 2 plus the 4, which would have been 6, plus the other 4 would have been 10, plus the 3 on that other card would have been 13 boots. So purple could have done it. Purple could have become first. And if they had become first, they didn't gamble it. They could have got the 13 boots. And then they could have taken 3 green kittens, gotten the 5 green cats, and that would have been about 50 points. Oh my goodness, that is so unfortunate, but they didn't do it. Green is coming up first, and green needs to work out their plans. They need a red cat. They have to have a red cat. They need to have 5 visible rats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They need to cover 7 rats. So they have to, first up, they have to cover rats and get a red cat. No questions asked. We are going to be discarding these boots out of the way. Let's use a basket card to get that one out of the way. Let's spend 5 fish. Let's take a red cat. We have to get a red cat in there. But the question is, where's optimal for it? Maybe we take this one instead, actually. That would allow us to do this. That is then going to bring this up to a family of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Covers those rats. Feeling good. Over to our purple player, and our purple player has got so much they need to do. They do need another orange cat, don't they? 1, 2, 3, 4. They need another orange cat. Oh my goodness, I did not realise that they needed another orange cat. I thought they had enough. They need an orange, they need a red, and they need that purple. I don't know. The purple's here. There is a red. There's 1, 2 purples. They're going to have to use the Oshaks for one of these, which means at this point, I feel like they have to take the red because they don't know what the other player's doing, and they do need that red to complete this over here. So they're going to have to spend 5 on this red. We'll use this one out of the way for now, and we're going to put it down here. Are we going to fill a room with it though? I don't think we are. I don't think that we have the ability to fill these rooms. I'm just looking at our options, and I mean, the purple cat could be quite nice up here, so maybe we just do this. Maybe we do that. That is at least going to form that friendship. Then we're all going to have our friendships in place, which is the important thing as the starting point. Coming back over here to our green player. Our green player has got their 5 reds. They want another orange. There is an orange kitten. But is that really what they want? They've got their reds. They want the rare treasure. I don't know what our best plan is now. They really want to fill rooms. This room is full. This is full. This is full. So we only have these rooms left. The question is, can we fill this room within the next turn? And maybe not. I think that taking an orange kitten and a green kitten to try and start filling this up, forming up that family. But is that going to be enough? We're going to spend 5. We are going to use this basket. And then we're going to take a green and an orange. We are going to put this orange one over here. We're going to take the corner green one over here. And we are going to put that in there. That's going to give us the ability to bring out 2 more kittens. And we'll see what comes out. But they are not the big kittens. There's another orange, another green. And this is interesting. This is really, really interesting. I feel like green is going to wrap it up now, but we're coming to purple. Purple really needs, they've got their blues sorted. They've got their red sorted. They need a purple. The question is, where is that purple going to go? And also, they don't have any treasures. They've got no treasures for filling any of the rest of this stuff. They can't fill any rooms. They can't fill this room or this room. They've taken no treasure cards. Oh my goodness, I did not consider that. They can use an Oshaks to fill this room. So maybe, is there a purple that's going to help over here? I don't know. I don't think there is. I think that they've botched it. I think that they've botched it horribly. Oh my goodness, they have not planned this out. This zigzagging concept that we tried so hard to do has just absolutely wrecked us. I'm trying to see if there's anything we can do over here, but I just don't think there is. And I don't think we can do this, but You know, we tried so hard to be clever with these treasure maps for that public lesson, but I don't think it's paid off. I really don't think it's paid off. I think that maybe we can look at this side up here just in case. Maybe, I mean, over here, this is fine. We can do that with an Oshax. Maybe we can look up here just to see if there's something that we can do. Maybe we're going to take a purple cat up in that direction and see. But then we also want a green. Maybe we want to take a green. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I really don't. I think that we're going to take this one. I think we're going to take this. We're going to spend the 5. We're going to flip the basket. And then, although we've still got 3 baskets. And if we've got 3 baskets, that does mean 3 cats. So maybe we don't want to take that. Maybe we want to go for the cheaper ones because that's going to give us more options. So maybe instead, we're going to spend 3 instead. And we're going to take 2 change using that basket. And we're just going to take this one. I don't know where it's going to go. I've not thought this far ahead. I think this makes sense because now that's touching the edge. Now that is going to work perfectly. It covers all of those rats, and maybe we're not filling the room, but at least that has covered that, and that feels good. Back to our green player, and our green player is thinking, what can I do at this point? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to cover 4 more rats. That means I need to cover these 4 rats. And there's nothing great to do that. I mean, there's really nothing too good. I could try and take some kittens, but I think that we spend the 5 fish, we use the basket, and we take this purple, we stick that over here. This guarantees that we've got the 5 rats, and that's going to work well. I mean, it's not optimal, it's not great, but it is going to be that decision. Back over to our purple player. They've got 2 more baskets. They've still got 9 more fish. So what are they going to do with that? They need 1 more green. We need 1 more orange. Is a green going to help them fill a room? Is a green going to help them fill a room? That is the question. I don't think it is. Like, there's just so little left. There's so little left that they can do. I think that we're just going to spend 3 fish. I think that we spend 3 fish. I think that we're going to take one of these. And I think that we're just going to space this one over here. I think at this point, we're really just looking at trying to have those public lessons with all the greens ticked up as much as possible. Our blues are done. Reds are done. The orange is coming through with the Oshax, so we are going to flip that one over. We're coming back down to our green player. Does still have 1 basket, but they've only got 2 fish. Now, is there anything they really can do with that? They could spend the 2 fish, they could flip over the basket, they could take a kitten and add it here just to continue joining onto this family. And again, this kitten will get replaced, but that's not going to be great. That's not going to be an ideal strategy. Back to the purple player. They've got their last 2 baskets that we played. They've still got fish. They've still got stuff. Is the blue going to help us any more than the other green? We are going to have, what are we going to get? 3 points per lonely green. 5 points if they've got 3 or more. And 2 points per green touching the edge. So I think that if we can fit that green on, we are going to take it. It's not going to be a fantastic thing. It's not going to help us fill rooms. But as long as we can fit it and we can put it up here, this is what we refer to as like, such a disaster from a just, oh my goodness, from a boat filling perspective. The only room we filled is this one, and we kind of want to spend the 1 fish to remove it because we're losing 3 points to it, but it's okay. We've got treasure maps visible. I don't know. I think that green is going to win this by miles. Let's move on to the rare filings. Green is up. They are going to take the rare treasure. They really do want to. Oh my goodness. We can't fill this room now, because we need those rats. So there's nothing we can do. We could try and fill this room, but we lose the points from the treasure map. So I don't think it matters at this point for them. I think that we just take the rare treasure, we put it on, the other treasures just aren't going to help us, and that's going to be it. We will play the Oshax over on the purple player, and yeah, because we left those, we should have left these 2. Then we could have at least covered those and filled that room. I think green has just slipped up. I think green has just slipped up horribly. I really do. The question is Is there a good Oshax up there for our purple player? And I feel like probably just this one. I guess this is going to be the best option. That is at least going to give us our room fill and our 5 oranges, which is so lucky. And that is going to bring us up to the end of the game as we move on to final scoring. And I don't know who's won. I really don't know who's won. There is so much to consider. I mean, these 4 points are going to be helpful. The Beasts have been just mind-wrecking, but both players have balanced out. Lesson cards, purple is winning on lesson cards, I think. But green has got such a better boat. They've only left open, 3 rooms, whilst purple's left open 6 rooms, which is nuts. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's look at purple and green. So blue families. For our purple player, we've got 3 blue cats. That is going to be 8 points. Over here, we've got 3. That's going to be 8. Green, we have got nothing over here. Nothing over here. Orange, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4. That is going to be 11 points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to be 15 points. We've got purples 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 11 points. We've got none up here. Red families, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 8 points. Down here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which again is going to be 15 points. Rare treasures, we've got none up here. Down here, we've got 1, 2 rare treasures, which is going to be 6 points. Okay, let's work way through the lesson cards. I'm just going to discard these 2 cards to get them out of my way. 10 points if you've got the largest family. Both players have the same size families. In the case of a tie, you do get it. So green is going to score their 10 points from this. 10 points if you've got exactly 5 visible rats. We do, so that's going to be 10 points. 9 points if you've got 5 reds, which we do, so that's going to be 9 points. 2 points per rare treasure, which is only giving us 4 points. That did not work out quite as well as I was hoping. That has not gone great. And then beasts, we've got 1, 2, 3. That means we're going to score 15 points. And the events, we've got 2, 4, 6. That's going to be 6 points. We counted up our rats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be -5. And we've already counted up our rooms. We've got 1, 2, 3. That is going to be -15. Let's come over to the public lessons. So 5 points if we've got 3 or more greens, which we don't. All players get 2 points per lesson card. We've got 4 lesson cards, so that is going to be 8. And 3 points per lonely green cat. We do have 1, so that is going to be 3 points. Then we've got 5 points per treasure map not covered. 1 treasure map not covered. And then we've got pick a colour, 2 points per cat of the chosen colour touching the edge of the boat, which is going to be that one, which is going to be 2 points. Just going to move that so I can read it nice and clearly. Okay, back to our purple player and their lesson cards. So I'm going to move these ones off to the side now and pull these ones back to us. We have got 7 points if you've got 3 permanent baskets, which we do not have. 7 points if you've got exactly 6 lessons, which we do have, so that is going to be 7 points. We've got 3 points per Oshax on our bow, and we do have 2 Oshax, so that is 6 points. 9 points for 5 orange, which we do have. 7 points if you've got 1 or more of each colour touching the edge, and I believe we've got a purple, a green, a red, an orange, and a blue, so that does score us 7 points. And score your 3rd largest family twice, which is going to be another 8 points. Our beasts, again, we've got all 3 friendships. It's going to be 15. For events, we only managed to score 2 points. Now, rats, how many rats do we have? We've got 2 rats visible, I believe, so that's going to be -2 points. And then we've got what rooms? We filled 1 room, 2 rooms, so we're going to have 5 rooms. That's going to be -25. We've also got our royal rat, which is going to be an extra -3, and our green player's got their royal rat, which is going to be -3. And then we're going to the public lessons for our purple player, who's going to get 2 points per green cat touching the edge, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is going to be 8 points for them. And maybe in the last round, our green player should have just taken all the green kittens and scattered them around the edge, covered these rats with green kittens and these rats with green kittens, and then maybe they could have just filled this room, and maybe that would have been huge for them. But we'll see. I don't know how this is going to play out. 5 points per treasure map not covered, which is going to be 15 points up here. We've then got 3 points per lonely cat, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 12 points. You know, I think that purple may have pinched this. 2 points per lesson card, which is 6. So that's going to be 12 points. And then 5 points if they've got 3 or more green cats, which they do. I think that purple's won this. I really do. I think that they've taken it out of the bag. So let's have a look. Purple has got 8, 23, 31, 36, 48, 55, 61, 70, 77, 85, 90, 100, 108, 120, 135, 137, 135, 132, 127, 107 points. That is a big score. And green, 8, 19, 20, 30, 45, 51, 61, 71, 80, 84, 89, 99, 107, 110, 112, 117, 123, 118, 115, 100 points. So purple wins 107 to 100 points. I think that, yeah, I mean, both players did make mistakes, right? Purple could have done more with these treasures. There was 2 rooms that we definitely could have filled. The whole strategy about not covering these was to fill those 2 rooms. That would have been another 10 points, plus the rats, which would have been another 12 points. I think our green player, maybe they should have taken 2 more green kittens. If they had positioned the kittens here and here, then they could have filled this room. That would have been 5 points for filling the room. The 2 extra green cats would have been another 15, 17 points, I believe. What would it have been? 5 points for this one. It would have been 5 for those. So it would have been an extra 15 points. So that would have been an extra 20 points in total, which means they would have scored 120. And if our purple player had filled those other 2 rooms and covered those rats, they would have scored 119. So green would have won by 1 point, but that's not what happened. What happened was this, and this was the game, and purple is the winner by 7 points. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. If you've got any questions or comments, please do feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Otherwise, guys, until next time, keep on adventuring.